Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be going over this eye look right here using one of the palettes from the new Vault collection from Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. Now I really wasn't going to purchase these palettes just because I'm not a huge Morphe consumer. I don't own any of their brushes. I think I purchased a palette or two like maybe 2 years ago or something like that just to try them out. The formula in those palettes wasn't something that I liked at all. It was quite chalky, dry, hard to blend, so I just didn't really consider Morphe after that. However, when Jaclyn Hill released her palette last year with Morphe, a lot of people were praising it. A lot of people were talking about how blendable the eyeshadows were, how creamy they were, how the mattes were really super soft and easy to blend. So I decided, why not give this collection a try, since this was going to be kind of like an expansion of that palette. Just the eyeshadows, I believe she explained it as being the eyeshadows that didn't make it into the palette. They were in this one. They're supposed to have the same formula. However, before the launch, I had seen a few videos that just weren't making the Vault collection look very appealing. And apparently the issue was the pressing of the eyeshadows. Apparently they weren't pressed correctly, which in my opinion shouldn't really matter because the formula is the formula. As far as the pressing goes, I think that that would affect how much pigment is picked up with a brush right off the bat. But if the eyeshadows aren't blending well together, then that's more the formula and not the pressing. So supposedly all those eyeshadow palettes were not distributed, they were destroyed and repressed within a month, which I found hard to believe. So I had to purchase these. I had to test them out for myself, see what all the fuss is about, see whether or not they are worth the purchase, because they are very affordable eyeshadow palettes. I mean, each one individually is $15, and together as a bundle, I believe they were $49 US. So if you don't like them as a bundle, you can purchase them individually. I've heard mixed reviews as of right now, so that's why I personally wanted to try them out myself. Some people really seem to love the eyeshadows, some people really seem to hate them. Some people they're blending for, some people they're not blending for, so you'll see exactly what my experience was with this Bling Boss palette today. I do plan on putting together 3 additional looks using the 3 additional palettes that come with the entire set. Just 1 look per palette, and yeah, give you my opinion on each individual palette. I believe that's all I have for this intro. Now let's get right into this eye look. Okay, so for this look, I'm going to be using the Bling Boss palette. It's this beautiful, like, pinky, reddish, purpley toned palette. I'm going to start off with Hush Hush from the palette, grabbing that with my E40 Tapered from Sigma. And I've already gone ahead and I've prepped my eye for eyeshadow application, just like I normally would with anything else. All that I have on is some concealer, just a little bit of concealer along the entire lid, and I've set it with a translucent powder. I'm grabbing Hush Hush. And I'm going to blend it into the crease using circular windshield wiping motions as I normally would. I always start off by patting the eyeshadow onto the lid first and then blending it and diffusing it out. So it's kind of like a mauve shade, as you can see here. Pigment is really pretty strong. It's a pretty light eyeshadow and it's showing up nicely on my complexion. Just using this as a transition for now. Okay, next I'm going to be grabbing Rockstar from the palette, using the exact same brush. I'm going to be patting it onto the eye before blending it out. This went up a little bit higher than I'd like it to. Grab a clean brush to try to get that blended out without spreading more around. Okay, now I'm going to switch brushes back to the one that I was using before. I'm going to grab a little bit more of that Rockstar shade It looks a lot different on the eye. It looks a lot more purple on the eye than it does on the pan. On the pan, it just looks a little bit more red. But I'm okay with that. I'm gonna apply it here. Just gonna be very careful not to get it up too high because I don't want the entire lid to turn this color. I just want to keep it controlled right around the crease area. I'm just gonna pat it on first to try to get it where I need it or where I would like it. And then blend it out. Let me go back with my clean brush. You really have to work at it to blend it out, but it is blending. All right, next I'm gonna deepen it even more, and I'm going to grab Mystic. I'm gonna grab that with my E25 blending. I'm gonna pat that onto the outer V here. I'm also gonna pat it up to the crease and just drag it in a little bit. All right, and then I'm gonna take my clean E40 and just blend out the edges there. So you can't see like that really harsh line that I have going on right there. I wanna blend that out. Just very lightly. It's driving me crazy. I don't know if y'all can see, but I have that line where I placed Mystic and it's not wanting to blend out. I have been blending for like, I don't know, 5 minutes. And it's like the more I blend, I'm just blending all the product away. I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna try to add maybe a little bit more and see if I can hide that. Just by like lightly going in with a little bit more and trying to blend it out that way. Like just very lightly going in between colors. Okay, that seemed to help. Okay, so I tried. All right, so we're just gonna keep going. Okay, so next I'm gonna grab Bling Bling, and I'm grabbing this with my finger and see if that works. If not, then I'll definitely get a brush and wet the brush. Oh no, this works. Oh yeah, this works. This eyeshadow is actually pretty creamy. Not as creamy as like the Anastasia ones. Those kind of feel like foils sometimes. This one is creamy enough to where you can just pick it up with your finger and then just apply it onto your lid. You don't need a wet brush or anything like that in order to make it pop. I mean, look at that. So I'm happy with this one. And this will help me hide that in between. I'm gonna take that E25 once again just to blend it out here. Just without adding any additional product. So now I'm just going to jump off camera really quickly in order to pop on some lashes. I'm also going to work on the rest of my face since that's not part of this tutorial, and then I will come back and finish off the eyes with this Bling Boss palette. Alright, so now I'm back, lashes are on. I also added a little bit of a winged line just to jazz up the look just a little bit. So now we're going back into the palette. And I'm gonna grab Rockstar with my pencil brush. This is my E30 from Sigma. Grab a little bit of that. And I'm just going to pat it onto the lower lash line. I'm not going to drag anything yet. Just patting that nicely so that I have full control of where this eyeshadow is going. Alright, and then I'm going to grab Hush Hush with my pencil brush, and that's what I'm going to use in order to blend the lower lash line out. Next, with my pencil brush, I'm going to grab Glitz and Glam, just a little bit of that, in order to highlight the brow bone here. And I'm also going to grab that same color and pop it right on to the inner corners of my eyes. Right, and then finishing it off with some mascara. You know what? Before I'm done, I'm actually going to grab this Sparkle Nude Jumbo Pencil from NYX. And I'm going to run that along my waterline. That's better. So there you have it. As you can see, I was able to pull this look off. It doesn't look bad. I really love the way that it turned out, actually. However, the mattes were a little bit difficult to blend. They were a little bit difficult. So not as easy as I would have liked. Definitely, if you're new to makeup, you might have a little bit of a hard time. You definitely need to take your time in order to blend the mattes out together. Don't go too heavy, too crazy right away like I did, because that did make it a little bit more difficult to blend. They're beautiful colors. I love the way that this turned out once I got it to work, but it was just getting it to work that was the annoying part of it, was just the blending right in between the crease. That's the only issue that I had with this particular palette. However, I still have 3 other palettes to test out, so be on the lookout for that. I will continue to use the Bling Boss palette here and there just to use other colors, see which ones are the issue or if it's all the mattes. The shimmers actually are gorgeous. I really love the one that I used on my lid. I'm assuming that most shimmers I'm not going to have an issue with. It's just the mattes that seem to be the problem. So we'll see. We'll see how the other ones turn out. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed this review / tutorial, if you will, and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future product reviews, makeup tutorials, anything beauty related. And also don't forget to follow me on all of my other social media platforms where I absolutely love to interact with you all. I'm All Beauty by Sarah with an H on Instagram and All Beauty by Sarah without the H on Snapchat and Twitter. As always, take care and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.